Hello guys, Indie Swarm here, and I'm starting off a new series where I recommend whether or not you should buy a game, and this video is going to be should you buy Gang Beasts. So, I know I've seen this in the forums a lot with pretty much any game, but especially with Gang Beasts, pretty much due to Bone Loaf really being, pretty scarce with their updates, not putting them out fast. They normally promise an update and release it months after that date. So I will give you my opinion on what you should do, and with any early access game, I must always recommend that you should buy what the game is and not what it could be. But obviously that's not a very satisfying answer, so I'll try to go a little in depth for you guys, give you my opinion. With Gang Beasts, I definitely think if you're looking for a fun local multiplayer game, this is definitely something you want in your library. There's no reason not to have this. It's a very fun game already, even though it's a bit scarce feature-wise, but it's still not something that you should ignore, especially if you like fighting games. It is a blast if you have friends to play this with. Now, if you're looking for single player, right now you're looking at it. This is the single player. You have wave mode. That is pretty much it. You can also play against AI on all the different maps that the game offers, but they're not very smart. As you can see, this is what they do. They walk at you and they punch you. They cannot grab, they cannot throw. They're pretty stupid, for lack of a better term, but I actually enjoy this a lot. So for me, it was a worthy grab for the AI. Plus I also got this as a gift, so I really didn't have much of a say in the matter whether or not I like the AI, but I have fun with it just playing against the AI. The wave mode adds, some fun to be had in the single player. So if you're looking for it for single player, most people are going to find this a little too scarce with content to be a whole lot of fun. I am having some fun with this. I put about 10 hours into just the wave mode, so I'm having a good time with it. But that being said, that's certainly not going to work for everybody. This can get old fast. I can definitely see that. And a lot of people do say it gets old fast, and I do not blame them for it. So if you have friends, I already think it's a worthy purchase. Single player, I might stay away from. Do I think multiplayer will ever make it in? I do. I think it's going to be a while, though. If you're looking for online multiplayer, this is something to stay far, far away from until it's actually implemented. Normally, I would say if the feature is in the works and you really want it, you really trust this company, then, go for it, but I just cannot foresee buying this game for multiplayer until it's there. It's pretty much just something sitting while you're waiting to get it completed. There's no reason to have this if you're looking for multiplayer. Really, there's no point in having it if you're looking for single player, unless this wave mode really does it for you. $20 is just a really steep price tag for, a wave survival mode where you punch, anthropomorphic blob men in the face. Is it fun? Certainly. Do you want to pay $20 for wave survival? I don't know, that's really up to you. I would suggest no if you're in it for the single player. Even though I'm having a good time with it, I really think I'm the exception to the rule here. If you're doing it for local multiplayer, I think it is certainly ready enough to provide you with some fun. There are some glitches and some lagginess. It isn't the most amazingly optimized game just yet, and even in the co-op there, or the multiplayer, there isn't a whole lot of content still. I mean, there's a few maps, but there's pretty much one game mode. There's two now with the whole destroy thing, but that's still, in the unstable build, which I'm playing now. So, I don't know, I would really just wait on it for most people. I think that would be the fair thing to do. That's probably what would be best for you and the company, because Bone Loaf's going to get a bunch of terrible reviews, And another thing to think about when pre-ordering or buying Gang Beasts is you really have to think about the developer. I don't think Bone Loaf is a bad studio. I really don't know much about them at all, and I can definitely see they're working on this, but they're just inconsistent. They'll say they'll put out updates and they don't come out until months later, and I don't really think I'm being unfair judging on that, because it's fact. It's not me hating on Bone Loaf. Like I said, I think they're a good studio. I really think they're putting a lot into this, but you know, when it comes down to it, they're just setting deadlines and not hitting them, and I think that is a recipe for failure. And I don't necessarily think they're gonna fail on this game, but if you're, you know, really skeptical and don't see a whole lot in the content that's in the game now, I would definitely hold off on this. It's a very fun game, but unless you have friends to play it with right now, it's something that you're gonna want to wait on. Most likely, if you really you know, have faith in this studio, like what you're seeing single player so far, definitely pick it up. Like I said, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I put 10 hours into this by myself for the most part, and I'm having a lot of fun with it on it with friends, but there's just too many ifs for this game for it to be worth a $20 price tag so far. That being said, you know, as always, the option is up to you. I'm just trying to give you some information and an opinion to go off of to maybe help you make your decision. It's definitely a questionable call. The studio has good intentions, but you know, just poorly execute sometimes. I think the game is going to eventually be something great. It's already a lot of fun, but this game might not be like an actual complete release for another year or so yet, judging by, you know, how long they're taking with their updates. It could even be a couple years. This studio is just small and very, very slow, so that's definitely something to be wary of. There's not a whole lot of content right in here right now. If you don't have friends, it's a pretty barren game. You know, it all depends on what $20 is to you. To me, well, like I said, I didn't buy it. To me, I think it could be worth $20 if you're someone who's just playing games with friends constantly, but I really probably wouldn't drop $20 on it if you don't have friends over just like every weekend for a game night. It can definitely be fun just to play by yourself when you're bored or just have a few minutes to play something. And the multiplayer still has yet to be seen, so if you're waiting for multiplayer, I just wouldn't even touch it until it's in here. If you're looking for a feature that's not in the game, there's no reason to buy a game that doesn't have the feature. So I would maybe steer clear, wait for a sale. That's my final verdict on this game. Wait for it to go on sale, or just, you know, put it on your wish list and give it time. And it's going to take a lot of it, and that's why I'm saying don't pick it up now, just because you can't buy games on potential, and at the rate Bone Loaf's going, this game could be in development for a while. That's how it's been with Folktale, I know, and I want the game, but I'm not going to purchase it until it's something I want to play. That's always something I'll recommend for early access, but especially with Gang Beasts and the way their developers are handling the game, you just gotta wait for this to be something that you want to play and then pick it up. Some other games from other developers, you might pick it up before it's something that, you know, is necessarily exactly what you want, because they're just really pushing out updates. This studio is not doing that. So if you see a feature that's coming next update and you can't wait and you go to buy it, you might be waiting a lot longer than you would expect. So try to be patient with it. Don't make any rash decisions in jumping to buy this game. It's going to be there, and there's tons of stuff on Steam to play until you get it. So I hope this helped some of you guys out today. This has been Indie Swarm. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and leave any suggestions either in the comments or in my inbox, and I will see you in the next video.